Now it is my great pleasure to present our Bridge Builder Award to Ghayda Hassan. As Mark mentioned, the Bridge Builder Award was created last year to acknowledge contributions to the field of preventing hate-fueled violence, as well as contributions to eradicate hate. Earlier this year, I reached out to our global advisors for nominations of who to select for our Bridge Builder Award and received an incredible slate of nominees and multiple nominations for Dr. Ghayda Hassan. Dr. Ghayda Hassan is someone I have looked up to for years. When we built our Prevention Practitioners Network for the United States, we modeled it off of the Canadian Practitioners Network that Dr. Ghayda Hassan leads. She's a clinical psychologist and professor, as well as the lead of the Canadian Practitioners Network, and she just finished her term leading the Independent Advisory Committee for the Global Internet Forum for Counterterrorism. She cannot be here today, so please join me in honoring Ghayda Hassan, and we'll cue the video for her virtual remarks.
I am honored to stand before you today to accept the Bridge Builders Award. To be recognized here at the Eradicate Hate Global Summit carries special meaning. This summit has become one of the rare global spaces where practitioners, researchers, policymakers, and survivors of violence gather with a shared conviction that hate can be prevented and that violence is not inevitable. A space where we confront the most difficult questions about violence, injustice, and the responsibilities we all share. This award is not mine alone. It belongs to the communities, colleagues, and youth I learn from, and I share it with those who often quietly and at high cost dedicate themselves to building understanding where divisions have taken roots. And indeed, our world needs more bridges and less walls. Bridges unite, walls divide. Yet all around us, physical and symbolic walls are rising. Physical walls of segregation, surveillance, and securitization lock us into fear, hate, segregation, and exclusion. Symbolic walls are rising at unprecedented speed. Walls that imprison us in us versus them narratives that inflame division, transform diversity into threat, isolate, devalue, and diminish. Bridges, in contrast to walls, invite the recognition of our shared humanity. They build conversation, compassion, and true transformation. Bridges are powerful because they forge inclusive connection, intersectional solidarity, and empathic alliances. As a war child, I'm a first-hand witness of the profound injustice and ruthless violence these walls create, along with the intergenerational damage, hurt, hate, and grievances they feed, only to further justify their existence. Extremism feeds on these deep soils and grows on these walls. It grows in the cracks of structural and systemic injustices, poverty, violence, trauma, exclusion, state neglect, and double standard governance, which in turn produce disenfranchisement and profound gaps between human rights and lived reality. Here and abroad, tragedies are unfolding. Entire families and communities are shattered through orchestrated strategies of killing and displacement. Today, because of their identities, many families live in fear. Communities are under siege. Children are starving. Homes and cities are reduced to rubble. I will not name them. We all carry the images, the news, and the grief. The faces and the places change, but the mechanisms remain the same. Dehumanization, displacement, violence, killing, silence. And at the root of much of these preventable tragedies is the technocratic machinery of war. Colonization, war, and wealth, don't they go together? This machinery is vast. It is profitable and it is relentless when you are on the wrong side of history, or ironically, on the right side of geography. It is colossal. It is an intertwined network of power, profit, and destruction. Wars are treated as markets and battlefields as opportunities for technological growth and business profit for states, extremist, and criminal groups alike. And yet every rape, every beating, every missile, every drone, every bullet leaves not only shattered bodies, ruptured communities, but also burning soils, burning forests, and a profoundly scarred planet. It's a humanitarian and ecological disaster, but a techno-financial success. This is not mere dissonance or contradiction. It's an ethical and moral bankruptcy. It's a profound short-sightedness whose effects will long outlive us. Is this truly the legacy we want to leave for our youth? They really live in profound contradictory times. They see big tech corporations and adult leaders in the world support, facilitate, or simply turn a blind eye on hate, on horrific violence, or on the abuse of their rights for safety online and offline, in the home and abroad. They are asked to trust societies and governments' fairness while ignoring their lived realities, where their demands for online and offline safety, for economic, educational, health, and climate justice are left unheard. If we expect our youth to remain calm in the face of injustice, what message do we send about the legitimacy of their pain and the urgency for action? Their marginality, their difference, their vulnerability, their distress, and their rage are not the problem. Our hypocrisy is. Our double standards, our selective empathy are the problem. And yet, despite it all, young people continue to imagine and demand a different future. They call on us not only to listen, but to act with integrity. So today, as I am honored with this reward, I call on us in this room of incredible bridge builders to confront these systems with courage, truth, empathy, and advocacy, with coalition building across practitioners, researchers, policymakers, tech experts, and affected youth and communities. I call on us to relentlessly continue building bridges of justice and solidarity. Each bridge we build together opens a path for our youth and, more globally, our humanity to thrive. In honoring me with this reward, the Bridge Builder Award, at this meaningful summit, you honor the ongoing fight for dismantling systems of hate, injustice, and war profiteering. You affirm that peace and justice are strong, deep, and enduring. May we continue forging connections, exposing contradictions, uplifting youth voices, and dismantling walls, so that every child and every community may live in dignity. This is our task. This is our responsibility. And mostly, this is my hope. Thank you.